So, welcome to Wilber's Magic Show, and today we're going to learn the very basic coin vanish. Say the magic words, I hope the heck this works. And stay tuned, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so, how do we do a coin vanish? Do I need this magic wand? No, you don't. You don't need anything, but magic wands help. And it doesn't have to be like this, and we'll talk more about that later. But first, let's talk about vanishing a coin, okay? There's several ways, hundreds, thousands of ways. And I'm just going to show you guys two basic ones, okay? We're going to learn how to do a false put. Okay, a false put is when you pretend to put something in your hand, but you don't. That's called a false put, okay? Many ways to do a false put. The other one is called a false take. That's when you pretend to take the object out of the hand, okay? Called false take. Okay, you can have something like this, pretend to take. That's called false take. You can do whatever you're comfortable with. There's different situations where you might want to do a false take or a false put. It really all depends on which way your hands are moving and what you got to do next. So let's do, first start off with the false take. This is the classic move called the French drop, learned in J.B. Bobo's Modern Coin Magic. But it's basically you're holding the coin at your fingertips with the thumb on top, and all you're going to do is relax the thumb and just lift it up just slightly to allow the coin to fall down. Super easy. Okay, but you're going to do this with your hands slightly tilted up like that, because you want to avoid the spectator, whoever you're showing it to, not to see from this above angle. Okay, so your hands are going to be the screen to block that. Now, I don't recommend wearing rings because obviously when you might hear a clink. So if you're wearing a ring, perhaps it would not be wise to do the French drop in this hand, but you can certainly do it in that hand. Okay, that's called the French drop, and that's what we call a false take. Alright, so it's going to look like this. You're going to hold it there. You're going to relax and let the coin drop. And what this hand's going to do is, as you're holding the coin like this, the thumb is going to go behind the coin and your fingers in front. Okay? You can zoom in here like this. It's going to look like that. The coin's going to fall. Fingers squeeze and come out. Just like that. Hold, take, and vanish. Okay. What I would recommend, you know what? Let's talk about that later. We'll talk about the what I like to do is my little tips and practice advice at the end of the video. Now let's move on to the false put. Okay, and I'm just going to go to the most easiest way to do it is you're going to hold a coin in your hand, and we're going to do something called a finger palm. Finger palm is really easy. It's going to go between your two middle fingers, right near the bottom phalanges, and you're just going to squeeze just enough to be able to hold the coin. Okay, now this position is a very natural hand position because our hands are never going to be like this on a table. Nobody ever has hands like that. Okay, nobody really has fists either, but if you just relax your hand, it's going to look curved. So that's what we try to mimic with the finger palm. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hold the coin in finger palm, hold it tight, and pretend to dump it in the hand. If you're having problems or some trouble with the finger palm, because it does take practice, obviously, your hands, if you're just starting to do coin magic, you may not have the little calluses built up, or the muscles may not be as sensitive as they should be, but that comes with practice, okay? Now you could just be doing your work, watching TV, and just hold coins in finger palm, and you'll start building little calluses here, and your palm will get a lot more sensitive and be able to feel. Okay, so that's called finger palm, and you're just gonna pretend to dump, take, and vanish. Take, dump, vanish. And again, I was trying to say, if you do have problems with this, it's really easy to just put your thumb on top of the coin as you dump it. Okay, boom, boom, close. I'm just doing this, and in the process of going, right about when I turn sideways is when I put my thumb on and dump. Just like that, and that's called a false put. Now what's this wand that I have here, and how does this help the illusion? Well, it helps the illusion by doing sleight of hand, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a wand. Pardon me, I should have had this with me. It could be a marker, it could be a fork, a spoon, it could even be my sleeves, and I'll show you what I mean by that after. But right now I'm using the wand. And how does this work? Well, the wand acts as misdirection like this. The misdirection is, once I do my false put, immediately reaching for the wand, the spectator's brain is, since the hand is moving, holding an object, the brain registers as, oh, okay, well, the hand is just holding a wand. The hand couldn't possibly be hiding an object and holding the wand at the same time, right? Because our hands are doing one thing for one purpose. You know, you grab your drink to drink your drink. You don't grab the drink to hide a coin and drink a drink, okay? You grab a pen so you can write. So our brain doesn't really figure that the hand is doing two things at once. So that is why the wand is very important and very good misdirection, and it will very vastly enhance the illusion of the coin disappearing. Now I like to use the wand because, well, I'm a magician, so it's kind of a cool little mysterious prop. But if you think that's too cheesy, the marker does the same thing. You could have a lighter. Let's pretend that that's a lighter. Maybe not like that. Do your vanish. Light the lighter. Maybe you're making a little flame voodoo. And boom. Okay? It doesn't have to be the marker either. You could use your sleeves. How does that work? Same idea. Watch close. I say, look, let me, we're going to make this coin disappear, but let me roll my sleeves as I do the illusion. Boom. Okay, all I did there was I held the coin, and as I'm patterning, I say, let me roll my sleeves. So now this hand is rolling this sleeve. Now I'm going to roll the other sleeve, but obviously I can't roll the sleeve with this hand. It has to be this hand. So I'm going to put the coin away in this hand while I roll the sleeve. Now this is going to be my magic wand. Remember, I'm rolling the sleeves while hiding the coin. And it's all done in a smooth transaction. Like this. Watch close. I'm going to make this coin disappear at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Gone. Okay, this one's a little bit more advanced because there's a lot more movements going on, and your brain's got to remember the steps of, okay, I got to do this, then I got to do my false put, then I got to roll up the sleeve, and then, okay, so I understand. But it's also very organic and very natural, and it's just as strong as the ones that we used, that I used just now. And I use the sleeve one all the time, if I'm wearing sleeves. So let's go over that one more time. Hold the coin, put, roll, gone. And that, my friends, is how you do a very basic coin vanish. Now, is a coin vanish a cool trick? Yeah, it's not bad. But obviously, you know what people are going to say. Where did it go? Now, you can't just say, ta-da, it's over here. Okay? You could maybe make it appear back in the hand if you wanted to by saying, boom, gone. Okay, now you can drop it off, make it come back, but even then, it's not the best. One idea, one thing I like to do is to take the coin prior to doing the vanish, and as I'm gonna be right before I show it, I'm pushing down on my hand to leave an imprint of the coin. Okay, squeezing tight, you might feel a little bit of pain, but that's good because it'll make the impression better. Make the coin disappear and you say, look, if I squeeze it real tight, yeah. And when you open, you'll see that ring there, and you'll see, look, it actually goes through the hand. So that's a cool little sort of penetration you could do. You could even hold it with your pinky like this and go, and as it goes through. That would be one little simple idea. You can have a duplicate coin and hide it under the drink. So you take a coin, vanish it, and go boom, under the drink. Another thing you could do, it would be a transposition. Making the coin, so here I'm using two different colored ones, so you can see the difference. We're going to make one coin teleport. Same idea. And you know what? I'm going to use the wand for this. I'm going to take one. Actually, we don't need the wand for this. And say 1, 2, gone. Sorry for that. We don't need the wand for that part. Okay, so how does this work? Let's do it again. We're going to make this brown coin vanish. Watch. And that's the coin teleporting. You can do it in people's hands, but I like just doing it to my own hand. And it's super easy. We're going to use the coin as the magic wand in this case. You take the coin, do a false put, or a false take if you wanted to. You'll do, but I'm going to use the false put for this. We're going to do a false put. Then you're going to grab this, kind of like the magic wand, wave it over the hand. Then I'm going to join both coins together and make them teleport. You can also do it with a false take, same idea. Watch. Okay? And that would be a cool way to make something disappear and reappear, but with an added teleportation. Or as we like to call it in the magic business, a transposition. Fancy, I know. So what else can you do with a vanish? Well, a really good vanish could also make a really cool change. What do I mean by change? One of the classic magic tricks with coins is called spellbound. Spellbound looks like this. Making a coin transform back and forth. Now I'm not going to go into detail on the whole routine, but I'm going to show you basically what's happening and the very basic easy change. All I was doing was using the moves we already talked about, the finger palm and the French drop. So all I'm doing is I'm combining both of these moves at the same time. So sideways, you show the coin. I have a little copper coin here. The hand's going to come together, push the coin back as I place the coin and rub the coin away. Okay? This would be your basic color change. And for the spellbound routine, which is more advanced at using multiple changes, but I just showed you guys here the very basic. So I like starting off with the dirty copper coin. You say, look, I found this $50 buried underground. It's so tarnished. And I tried to use polish. It didn't work. Sorry, I wasn't ready there. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, continue. And I say, look, it's all tarnished. But you know what? I can give it a good rub here and make it change colors. Okay? Now, obviously, you got to be careful because you don't want to show the coin hiding. But you know what? The angles are pretty secure. The only thing I'd really worry about is someone to your immediate, to my immediate left or my immediate right. But you know, you can use your body for that kind of cover. Okay? You can put your arm there. And that would be a really cool trick you guys can practice with the coins we learned. So once again, hold the coin like this. I'll do it in this hand because this ring's, I forgot I'm wearing this ring here. You're going to go like this. My coin is in finger palm. You're going to place and vanish. Once again, coin in finger palm. Show the copper coin. I like to give them a little twirl, just like that. Okay, this is called the subtlety, and I'll explain what that is near the end of the video. You're going to go boom, boom, gone. Okay, so practice those moves, guys. We have the finger palm. If you're not comfortable with that, just put your thumb on it. we have the French drop, and we have the false put. And we can incorporate it with our magic wand. Anyways guys, that's today's coin lesson, and I hope you enjoyed. Practice these things. They're really fun to do, and it's something that people carry in their pockets, or you carry in your pockets. Okay, you're still watching, good. So let's talk about my little tips and advice on how to practice and little things to enhance our magic. So I did briefly talk about using the magic wands and our sleeves to enhance the illusion of the Vanish, which is really good. But now I want to talk about another thing called subtleties. What's a subtlety? A subtlety would be something like this. So let's say I'm doing my French drop. Okay, I go like this. Now I'm showing both hands empty, rather than before they couldn't see this hand. Okay. So what I'm doing there is a version of the Ramsey subtlety. You can also do it with this hand if you're doing a false put. And I say watch. Okay. So what the Ramsey subtlety is, all it is I'm holding a coin in finger palm, and I'm putting my hand like this and making a 1 symbol. I'm not sure if the camera's catching it, but I am trying. You should be able to see my palm empty, because the coin is hiding like this. And all I'm doing is my little gesture of watch close. It only takes 1 second for the coin to disappear. Boom. Now if I show this hand empty first like this, you say watch. I'm going to make the coin vanish. Now if I already showed this hand empty first, and now this hand is empty, the spectator is not going to go back to this hand and say, wait a minute, it's in the other hand, because they already saw that hand empty. Okay, and that's called the Ramsey subtlety. Another one we can talk about, if you've done coins before, there's another palm called the classic palm. Classic palm is when the coin is being held between this thumb and the pinky muscle here, lower palm, and that's called classic palm. Okay, classic palm, not so good with vanishes, but it does have a nice subtlety where you can do this. This is called caps subtlety, and that's when the coin is being palmed and the thumb down holding another object, and again showing the hand empty. You can hold the coin. Okay, so you could do like a vanish, pick up the coin as I palm it and say watch close, make it travel. Okay, now I didn't talk about this move, but we can briefly talk about it now because it's a little bit advanced and it's not something you can do right away. It's something that you need to develop and practice. But all it is, and everyone's kind of has a different palm, so some people might have it right in the center, but that's very rare. Some people might have the grip lower down here, but I don't want to use a marker, but I'll use the one here. It's going to be squeezed by the muscle here and the muscle here on your pinky. Alright? That's where the coin gets gripped. Right here and right there. You can see up close that there's gaps right down here and there's a gap right down here because it's being squeezed just by the sides. Now the hand is in a very unnatural position, so it's not wise to show this hand for very long that way. So it's good if you want to grab something like that, or maybe you put something away, but you don't want to show this hand too long because that is very unnatural. But with our cap subtlety, it actually becomes a little bit more natural. So that's called the classic palm, and I only use that to display the cap subtlety. Okay, so when I did that routine, I did my false put. So now it's in finger palm. As I go to grab this, my fingers are pushing it into the palm. Turn over, and then I show that coin. And the cool thing about this is you can just drop the coin for the clink. Just relax the muscle, and the coin has teleported. So this would be a more advanced technique to do, but I definitely recommend practicing, and don't be discouraged if you can't put the coin in there. It took me quite a long time to develop these muscles, and that was just by practicing palming. Putting the coin in. The way I was doing it there was I used these two fingers, and they're going to go and put it in my spot as I put my thumb down. It's also not a good idea to stick the thumb out as you do it, because that gives it away. So try to keep your thumb stationary. And one way to do that, which is an idea by David Roth, was when I put it into palm, go and pinch this coin, okay? So try that to not get into the habit of getting the thumb to shoot out, or grab an object as you do it. That way you're not going to have that habit of the thumb shooting out, and the reason the thumb shoots out is to make room to put the coin in. But you don't need to do that, and there's no need to do that, and it's better not to telegraph your moves. Okay, so keep practicing squeezing the coin. It might hurt, you might get marks, but that's because the calluses need to develop. You know, I've done this for so long that I don't know if the camera can catch it, but I can actually move, if you watch here, that pinky muscle just by flexing my little pinky there. From doing thousands and thousands of them, I can get my little extra squeeze from doing it 1,000 times over. And I think that's all I wanted to talk about. Practice, guys. Don't worry about coins falling. It's going to happen. And just don't give up. And thanks for watching. Goodbye.